There's a story about Moses that can be read in two very different ways. Let's talk about them. Shalom, my friends. Yes, this is a story that can be read in two very different ways, but I suspect that 99% of the time people only see one of them. And in my opinion, the one they are missing is the right one. It's the story about Moses being raised in Pharaoh's palace. He grows up and he goes out to observe the building projects that are being done by Pharaoh's Hebrew slaves. Let me read it straight from the Torah, of course, in English translation. It says, he, meaning Moses, saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his kinsmen. He turned this way and that, and seeing no one about, he struck down the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. The question is, why did Moses turn this way and that, and acted only when he saw there was no one else around? The answer that is given most often is that he was looking to make sure there would be no witnesses to what he was about to do, so that he could get away with killing the Egyptian. And although I read it differently, I do acknowledge that this reading is indeed a valid way to understand the story. However, I do understand it differently. I think Moses looked around to see who else might step forward and save the Hebrew slave who was being beaten. But what did he see? He saw that there was no one else there, no one else to help the victim of the beating. And so he acted himself and saved an innocent life. Centuries later, a Jewish sage named Hillel taught, in a place where there are no men, strive to be a man. What he was saying is, when there is no one else to step up and act, to do whatever has to be done in a given situation, you be the one to step up and do it. It's a powerful, important teaching, no matter if you are Jewish or not.
I didn't know you was Jewish.
It relates to a story that I've shared on the Rabbi study in the past. Briefly recapping it, a rabbi taught his students that everything can be used for the glorification of God. So one student asked, if that's true, then how could denying the existence of God be used to glorify God? And as you might recall, the answer was, if you see a hungry person, do not say God will provide. Act as if there is no God. Feed the person yourself. And the story gives some other examples, but you get the point. There are times when unless you, specifically you, do not act, something will go undone. Your responsibility to act is in direct proportion to the importance of the act. The more important it is, the greater your responsibility to step up and do it. Have you ever found yourself in such a situation? Do share it with us in the comments box. And finally, before we wrap up, consider helping us with a thumbs up for this video by becoming a patron of the Rabbi Study through the link in the description box to patreon.com. And of course, subscribe. All you have to do to subscribe is click on my face right over here, or watch our last video by clicking on its icon right over there. As ever, until next time, Shabbat Shalom.